All right, guys, we'll continue this morning with the Westbrook Warriors and Coach Drew Knowles. Coach Knowles, I believe, Coach, this is 21 or 22 years as a head coach, the second at Westbrook. So if you'd introduce your two guys and then give us an outlook for the Warriors here in 2021.
Yeah, it's a third year at Westbrook.
Third year.
Yeah, third year. We have Carl Henry with us, and then Kennedy Cranfield, both defensive linemen for us, both help us on the offensive side also. Really good athletes. Well, it's been summertime's been tough for us. We don't do a whole lot in June, never have. I really believe in kids having time away. And so we only saw our kids 6 times in the month of June. And, a lot of our guys are basketball kids. And I think sometimes coaches are killing athletics, actually, with all the things that they have to do, with parents being there 3 or 4 times a day trying to get a kid to basketball or to football or baseball. So we just don't do much football in June. We came in Monday and Wednesdays for 3 weeks there. Took 13 days off for the 4th of July and came back. We've had them, this month we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I just believe there's a whole lot to be said about a kid going fishing in the summer. And so that's something that we believe in, and kids being able to be kids. Kids have worked really hard while we've had them there. The thing that I guess has been most difficult for us is we've literally only been on the field about 3 times all summer. It's rained. I think we live in a rainforest now, but it's rained so much that we don't have a practice field, so we had to practice on our game field. And we just, you don't want to destroy it, and it's not in great shape right now anyway. And so we've been in the parking lot, or we've been in the gym a little bit, but we haven't thrown the ball but twice all summer. And we don't do 7-on-7s because you can't tackle anybody in that. And I've seen teams that can go undefeated in 7-on-7s, and then they get in the season, they don't know how to play football. And so we don't do a lot of 7-on-7. That's just our preference. So we've had great attendance. Kids have worked hard. We lost 19 seniors from last year's team, and then we've lost 4 more since that. So we've got 23 kids that were on our roster last year that aren't on it this year. But our numbers are good. We got about 61 players in 9 through 12. I think about 94 in 7 through 12. So numbers are pretty good. Attendance good. Effort's good.
Coach, you mentioned the 19 seniors. Great year last year, 10-2 with that team. Talk about some of those young men that's going to have to step into the roles of those that graduated last year.
Well, obviously Carl and Kennedy, which they started for us last year. We had 19 seniors, but we also started throughout the season 13 sophomores. So we have a lot of starters back. We did start a lot of those seniors, but we were able to play a lot of 10th graders last year. And so with these 2 guys back, we also have Jackson Shores. He's gained about 35 pounds. He'll play linebacker for us and has just really worked extremely hard. Jackson Bryant wasn't eligible last year. He's going to be a really good, a really big-time factor for us this year. Mason Coley. Mason is such a dependable player. Trust him. He'll be our quarterback. And, for what we do offensively, trust is the main thing. Everybody knows we want to run the football, and that's not – we haven't changed that in the last 22 years, I don't guess. We're going to try to run it and control the clock, and Mason gets us in the right place, so we're excited about him. But there's a good many guys we've worked really hard, and Coach Phillips done a great job in the weight room to really get our guys stronger.
Coach, that actually brings me to my question. I was going to mention Coach Phillips. I know it's like behind the scenes a lot of times, but just seeing you guys work, you guys have changed the culture in the weight room. You've made it exciting, and people across the board has noticed that you guys actually post videos on your Twitter and things of the growth of these guys and how hard they work. John Reese Blue being one that, at Auburn now, and I think it's strictly off hard work in that weight room.
And that is Coach Phillips, because I don't know how to do Twitter or any of that stuff. No social media to me in any way. I like to not have my phone in my hand as I like it as little as I have to have it. But Coach Phillips does a great job. Again, this off season, we've had to change some things how we do it because COVID's still here, and so we're still trying to work around that. But Chad does a super job.
Coach, I already mentioned 10 wins in football, but it was a great year at Westbrook, state championship in baseball, great basketball team. How many of those guys are in the football program that played in those other sports?
A lot of them.
Okay.
A lot of them. We don't have many students, and so when you look at 60 football players, just about every boy in the school is doing something. And but yeah, winning breeds winning. There's no doubt about that. And we did not have spring training last year, but we were okay with that because we were winning the state championship in baseball. And we weren't going to try to do spring training with those guys being in baseball and thinking they were missing out. So, but yeah, almost all of our kids are multi-sport.
Speaking of multiple sports, you have a medal-winning track and field athlete here. I don't think he really got recognized for that as much as he should have. Talk about. I'll ask you, and then I want you to respond, Carl, you to add what you want to, Carl, about how much time and dedication it takes, to achieve something like that, and how, of course, it would carry over into football also.
Yeah, and I think that no doubt the baseball was a team championship. I think the school did a really good job of recognizing Carl, and anytime we had something with baseball, Carl was also recognized. But to be a state champion is an honor, and Carl was able to do that for us. And the thing that I saw, and he can answer better than I can on this, but a lot of times kids use a spring sport to get out of a workout, and Carl didn't. He stayed, and our track coach was great about letting him work out every day. And then to go up, once he finished his workout, even though track may have started already, he was able to go up and work at his event. So Carl can probably tell you more about that.
I had, great coaches by my side to lead me through it. Great track coach and Brian Kurt to allow me to be able to work out, after school and stuff like that. And then, a great strength program in Westbrook Strength, Chad Phillips. And so, all those together, primed me for the state championship.
Coach, for you, this will be the first time you haven't coached one of your kids in how long now? What's that going to be like for you?
It's been different. I had a son on the team for 8 years, and my wife always said I should have had a third one, but I'm it's different for us. Both the boys within the last 5 weeks have moved out, and so this Sunday Will moves out, so we kind of empty nesting it right now. But it is. It's special to coach a kid, but it's also hard. I mean, that's probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done. And I love our team. I told somebody the other night, I said, I don't know how many games we win, but man, I love them. And they're fun to be with. They're fun to coach. They make it easy to coach, and that's worth so much. I've had teams that have won a lot of games that honestly was tough to coach, and it wasn't very fun, where this group is they've just done everything we've asked of them. And so not having my sons out there, no doubt it's going to be tough, but you still got, for me, I got 61 kids out there, still that you care and love about. So that's keeps me busy, keeps me going.
And then the two guys beside you, they're going to be such a huge part of the defense. And the numbers they put up speak for themselves last year. Just how important are they going to be? And then after that, if you two could just talk about if you feel like the defensive line's going to be a strong suit for y'all this year.
I think the defensive line's got a chance to be really good. I think the front's got a chance to be really good. We did lose seven of our top 8 linebackers off last year's team. But we've got some guys that can play it, And but the front, we feel like we have. I think we got 10 guys that can play on the defensive line in a varsity game, and so depth there, and on the offensive line, we're 2.5 deep on the offensive line that can play on Friday nights, and so that's good. But no doubt, these two guys is what we built our team around, and that's what I anchor it. So you got to be able to run it, you better be able to stop the run, and you better have players up there if you're going to do both of those. So, Kennedy, if you want to share a little bit on that.
Well, our defense, our front line, we're going to be pretty good. Got a lot of work to put in. Still early in the season, still got a lot of work to do. Me and Carlos returning, so it ought to be a good season up there in the front for the D line.
Yeah, what he was saying, we got some young guys still learning the defensive line and back, but the most important thing is we can't do our job without the linebackers. So they're a big part of the system, and I don't think there's too many teams that can stop us up front. So.
Coach, thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for coming this morning. Good luck to the Warriors this year. I believe you open on Thursday night against Coosa.
They're at home. Yes,
At
sir.
home. So that's just about 3 weeks away now, isn't it?
It's getting here quick.
It'll be here quick. Thanks, Coach. Thanks for coming, guys.